24 minutes. We've got a very short interview right now, but this is one that will hopefully direct you to a book that is just unbelievably fascinating. It is called All the Gallant Men, the first memoir by a USS Arizona survivor, Donald Stratton. I apologize. How is it that we never had a memoir until now? Ken Gire is on the phone. He's the founder of Reflective Living, a nonprofit ministry. He's the recipient of 2 Gold Medallion Awards. He's a well-known speaker, a New York Times bestselling author. And good morning to Ken Gire. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Larry.
Wow, this is outstanding. The fact that this is even in existence, and the first question is, which I've already asked, is why? I mean, why did it take so long to get a book like this?
You know, for so many sailors and soldiers in World War II, they were just very hesitant to tell their story, to go back and relive some of the events, to go back and tell the story. It comes at a price. And for a lot of men, they just didn't tell their stories, even to the closest. Remember, their kids, their wives, even Don's wife didn't know all the stories that were in the book, and she was just in tears after she read it to see what Ellie went through.
Is there survivor's remorse?
There is, and I talk about that in the book. Like, why them and not me? Why was I to survive? He felt a sense of responsibility and burden and duty to tell the story because he did survive, to speak on their behalf of those who couldn't speak.
Was it hard for you to get information from him?
On some things. I come in and I'm a person he doesn't know, and so there took some time to warm up to each other. His memory is really sharp and clear, but he's not a gregarious storyteller, so he kind of has to ask very, very specific questions about, the setting and what did he see, what did he hear, what did he feel. But little by little, layer by layer, we had the material, and after a while, he really trusted me, and we grew to love each other. You know, when I say goodbye to him, I hug him, and I love you, Don, and he said, I love you too, Ken.
Wow.
And, it was pretty great.
He's 94 now, it says in my notes here. Tell us his story. Where was he on the ship? What does he remember from the day?
Yeah, it was a horrible, horrible day for him, and all the memories that was from that. It was 11 minutes of just pure hell. And his battle station was the port anti-aircraft director, which is about 5 stories up on the main mast. And because of, just by virtue of the placement of his battle station, he was saved from the blast. Everybody in the front of the ship was killed. 1,177 men in an instant were killed. But when the flames went up, it engulfed the steel cubicle that he was in and shielded them from the worst of the flames, but came in through the doors and windows and, burned all 6 men in there.
Well, he was burned 2/3 of his body, if I remember right. Is that right?
That's correct, with 2nd and 3rd degree burns.
Was he unconscious? Was he able to get off a ship?
No, he was. Yeah, he was never unconscious. He was saved, and all 6 of them were saved only by virtue of the fact that there was a repair ship that was moored right next to them. It was going to do repairs Monday morning. And where they were in the portside anti-aircraft director was at the same level of this other sailor named Joe George on the vessel. And through the smoke, they saw this other sailor, and they waved at him to throw a heaving line. A heaving line is this metal ball that has a line attached to it, and then attached to the line was a bigger rope. And they threw that across, pulled it taut, and each one of them went hand over hand about 70 feet over flaming waters between the 2 ships, and made it alive. Wow. And were saved.
My gosh. And does he have family that doesn't know about this? In other words, does your book reveal to them something that Mr. Stratton never told them?
Yes, for his son, one son that he has still alive, Randy, and his wife, Velma, she said in one interview that I saw that after she read the book, she was in tears because she never knew these stories, and she just had a whole different understanding, appreciation for him, but also understanding of why he would do some of the things he would do, like when loud noises, he would flinch or duck, or maybe call out in the night because of terrible nightmares.
I don't know if this is a dumb question or even a difficult question, but how was he changed by this? The man he was before this, and then afterwards. I mean, this was his exposure to war. Prior to this, was he in any war, any battles at all?
No, he just graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And at 19 years old, when he was at Pearl Harbor when this happened, this was just a starry-eyed kid with his whole life stretching before him. He was in, he'd left Nebraska. He was seeing the world on the Navy's dime, and in one of those beautiful places, idyllic places of the world. And it was like, it's the greatest thing in the world. And all of that changed in a moment. And, so much of his innocence was lost. So much of his trust in leaders were lost. He grew up at a time where you trusted everybody. You trusted the police. You trusted pastors, doctors, anybody in authority. And when he realized that the officers knew things that the enlisted men didn't, and they weren't put on a high enough alert that could have spared them all of this, he lost the trust. And so that's part of the collateral damage of the trauma he went through.
And it was very interesting in the book that it was pointed out that he served in the first day of the war, Pearl Harbor, and he served in the last battle of the war in Okinawa.
Yes, Robin, and that's what's remarkable. He had no choice in the first battle, but he had a choice in the second, and he chose, even though he was eventually discharged from the, medically discharged from the Navy, but he went home and, worked at his father's bar and did, some other jobs, but he just couldn't stay home, not with his shipmate entombed there. And he re-enlisted. They wouldn't let him re-enlist, and they just kept after him. And it's like, look at everything you've gone through. We doubt that you can even do the work. And finally they said, okay, we'll let you go back, but you have to go through boot camp again. And he did. I know. And then he fought, during the Pacific Theater, and finally at Okinawa, which was just 82 minutes, 82 days of hell. And just
I know we've got to do another interview. Thank you for being on the air with us. A book was sent to me, by the way, so if I have a listener who would like the book, call me right now. You can have it. The rest of us have to go buy it. Ken, can you give us a website, or just go to Amazon and all the others?
Yeah, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, you can go to Costco, any one of those places.
Okay. Ken Gire, thank you so much for doing this and for being on the air with us. It serves all of us to have the whole story, and every once in a while there's another piece that we never heard before, and this is one of them. Thank you, Ken.
Okay, thanks, Larry and Robin. Bye-bye.
Right, you're welcome. All right, we are up against the break. Let's take that break. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Leprechaun Soft Wash is the roof washing method that is safe and effective on shingles, tile, metal and shake roofs, vinyl, wood, aluminum, hardy board and stucco siding, driveways, pavers, and the list goes on. Leprechaun Soft Wash is fully insured and uses biodegradable cleaning products. Plus, Leprechaun Soft Wash offers a spot-free warranty on roof cleanings. Call 751-2325.
No more blimey roof stains with Leprechaun Soft Wash. 751-2325.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Many parents-to-be apparently want their kids to have the most powerful names around. Popular right now are mythological names from gods and goddesses: Jupiter, Luna, Pandora, and Zeus. Falling in love does more than just give us butterflies. It gives us stress, insomnia, and it makes us feel drunk. As long as the food you're eating is healthy,